Okay, we fucking suck. We're 7-5, but you know what? It just doesn't feel good. We went 12-6 last year, all the way to the division round and the playoffs. We had the second seed in the NFC. Everything should have progressed. I get that we've had some issues with play calling and the playbooks, and maybe I feel too much with it, but I learned. Trying to make adjustments, trying to do what's best for the team. They seem to like cut down on the empty set backfield with, on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1s, unless it like has to be a pass because you have no timeouts left. But we need to turn it around. We need. We're second place to the Bucks right now. We still haven't played. This is gonna be the first game against them. They swept us last year. We've got to pick it up. We've got to show up. We want to win the division, and we want to do well in the playoffs. We want to have a good seed. We don't have anyone standing out anywhere. I think what next week's the bye week, so I'm going to go over what we have, the state of the franchise, state of the roster, where what I'm going to be looking for, maybe free agency, the draft, how we're going to handle contract situations. Um, that seems to be the part I'm looking forward to the most because watching these games have kind of been horrible. We benched Bryce Young. He played 8.5 games, and he just has looked horrible, in my opinion, just bad. When you have people like Cam Ward, uh, G. Nussmeyer, I don't even know his first name. I just know he went to LSU. A rookie, like come on, like what is going on? We should have a good running game. Our running game is 22nd in the league. Our passing game is 31st in the league. Why Excel has seemed to caught more balls recently and not dropping as many. Tet is just a non-factor to the point where I'm even wondering if I should even have him as a starter or top three. Maybe get Jimmy Horn more reps. Uh, Chuba Hubbard was just running right into offensive linemen with holes on each side, but no. Darius Teller's done a little well, but he hasn't really popped out too much. He's just been like what I would call a serviceable back. But it's been disappointing. I hope we can turn it around. The good news is we have 2 first-round picks next year and 2 second-round picks because the Steelers, we traded our first for the Steelers to move up, and they've gone on a little bit of a losing streak. So yeah, they're 4-7 now. They were 4-2, so they've lost 5 in a row. So we're getting up there to where we might have a pick at the quarterbacks. Right now, the three wing teams are leading it, but I'm just saying, man, it's I think we need a quarterback. I would have liked Bryce to have succeeded and draft a backup quarterback to him, and then see if we could afford him. And if not, then he'd be good trade bait for future draft capital. But he's basically proven to me that he's not the future in this franchise. But like I said, I struggle to find a lot of any good spots. I mean, our safeties haven't performed like they did last year. I think our cornerbacks are doing well. It's hard for me to judge linebackers unless they're making big plays because I just can't tell. I think they're a little slow to hit the hole, whereas the teams we go up against like know our plays ahead of time, know when to fill the gaps and plug the holes. Yeah, it's been rough, and I felt like I've given them every opportunity to succeed. Yeah, it's tough. So I feel like I was gonna go. My rant was gonna continue, but it lost its steam a little bit when my memory started to fade. But okay, going up against the Bucks, they're really good at passing the ball, better than us at running. Um, our defensive, as far as points scored against us, is better. Our pass defense is better, but they have a. Let's see here. Yeah, we have. Wait a second. Opponent rushing yards. We have 109.2 versus their 113, and they're ranked higher. Okay, that doesn't. Madden's fucking up. Well, let's go over our injury report, their injury report, depth chart, and then we'll get started, I guess. Okay, Merrig is still out. I have Deontay Banks starting at free safety, moved up our four-string cornerback into the slot. Okay, so they're starting right outside linebacker is out. Looks like he's pretty good. Elijah Cansey's out. Lee Hunter, Brady Hunt, nobody, and Donovan Wilson. Okay, we'll take a look at their depth chart. I am starting Bryce this game. Daniel Jones looked like he was going to have potential to do better than Bryce was, but he had 2 interceptions the last game or 2 games ago. I don't know. If you look, we lost a heartbreaker to Cleveland. We had no business losing that game, but I think it was bad clock management where we weren't running the ball to run the clock out with like 3 to 4 minutes left, and they ultimately came back and won. And we got shut out by the Chiefs. We couldn't. We had no answer. Zero for Mahomes. Zero fucking answer. And our offense did crap. So it's yeah we're it's not looking good in Panther Nation right now. We keep playing the way we have the past couple games, and we may not even make the playoffs. And I'm not looking forward to that. I don't need that. I I was thinking all I needed for the draft was a quarterback, even if it was just for a backup role. You know, someone to kind of just be there and see what he could do right now. And I'll go over it in the next video during the bye week. Just how sometimes I feel like we don't have the promise that we should have or we once had. So yeah, they sometimes they do just enough to make you feel better for a week. But last season, I felt like there was just like Bryce did showed up when he had to, and I think our offense showed up when they had to, and it was good enough to win games, and we overachieved. This season, we're underachieving. All right, Baker Mayfield, who is now a apparently brick wall X factor. He tore us up 2 games last year. Bucky Irving, really good. Dude. I bet you this guy could just run down our throats somehow. I did. I am starting. Oh, the rookie nose tackle above Bobby Brown. He's rated less overall, but is stronger. So I'm hoping maybe maybe that helps stuff the run a little bit. He does have better block shedding. Maybe I need to pay more attention to these little small little things, not just overall. I'm trying to do it. Trying, learning as I go. Tight ends, nothing to write home about, but I'm sure they're going to scorch us. Oh, I'm sorry, that was fullback. Never mind. Wide receivers are going to scorch us, but hopefully not. Maybe our cornerbacks can keep up with them. But if they're going to have passing schemes the way the Chiefs did, then no, we could just call it a day early and let the game run. Tight end, nothing really that great. Left tackle, great left tackle. He's our bitch right now. Uh, he'll probably do well against us. He'll probably do well against us. Yeah. So left guard is the bitch. Unfortunately, it's I don't think we have anyone that could really make a difference over him. He's probably gonna double team with the center. Let's see. It looks like they run a 4-3. Left end, nothing too great. Right end, nothing. Oh, look, Ashawn Robinson. Huh. I wonder if they're running a 3-4. Or they signed him after we cut him. I don't know. Vidi Vea. Yep, he's just really great. Oh, they even got that Ika guy. I wonder what contract they gave him because I wasn't gonna pay over 6 million for him that he was asking for. Shoyinka probably get an interception against us. Cole Holcomb probably stuff the run several times. David Walker probably gonna just I don't know force a fumble, recover a fumble, create havoc, deflect passes. Jamal Dean, Fuller, Whitfield Jr. He's probably gonna get 2 interceptions. And then Jenkins, I don't know. He's gonna shut down our best wide receiver, I'm sure, as a strong safety. Kicker, let's go back to kicker. 95 kicking power. He'll kick it from 57 easy. What was I thinking about earlier? I don't know, but hey, we'll give it our best shot. I'm not too confident about this game. Monday Night Football. You know what? I think we're gonna let's look at the playoff picture. Right now we're the 6th seed, and Giants have the 1st seed. Imagine that. They have a young quarterback. They're doing well. No huge surprises on the AFC, other than the Bills aren't in it right now. And it's gonna be. We'll see how frustrating this game gets. I don't personally think we deserve to wear all blacks. I think we should go with all blue. With a black helmet. Which one's better? This one or this one? Let's go with this one. Looks good to me. Currently, I think this is the best playbook we have, just based on play calling. Um, it's so weird how I've noticed that when Daniel Jones is in the game, he goes downfield more, and when Bryce is in the game, he just checks down a lot more than Daniel Jones. And I think they both have fuck-ups.
It's the NFL on EA
So
Sports.
if they're
division rivals will
fucking up the same amount,
I
may as well start the former first
Buccaneers
overall
and the
pick.
Panthers under the lights on Monday night. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to North Carolina and the bustling city of Charlotte as we welcome you inside Bank of America Stadium, the home of the Panthers. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen up here in the booth. Should be a good matchup here, Greg. A couple of playoff teams a year ago that are hoping to take that ultimate step and get to the Super Bowl this season.
And oftentimes, that's the most difficult step, right? You go from being a perennial playoff contender. That's great. But now, how many of these teams can now say, okay, not only are we in the playoffs year in and year out, but we are a legitimate Super Bowl contender in any given season? That is easy.
I will say the one semi-bright light has been Princely. He wasn't rated overall higher than Wanham. Wanham had a good year last year, but I went ahead and started Princely over Wanham, and he's been kind of on a tear, getting multi-sacks a game. So that's been good to see, but let's get her started.
All right, just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drop. The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense.
This is like through 9.5 games. These are his
stats. Led by Bryce Young, the #1 overall pick, Greg, out of Alabama back in 2023.
Last week, when you go back and watch and study this tape, Mike, the problem is at the quarterback position, you need to be a difference maker. Last week, they were trying to overcome his poor performance, and you're just not going to be able to do that week in and week out at this level. Your quarterback has to be a driving force. He has to be a productive player within your system, and when you turn the ball over the way he did last week and not really lead to any points or any real sustained success on offense, that is a hard combination if you expect to win.
So this is where he'll go to a check down less than 4 yards.
They're going to need more touchdowns, and they're going to need less turnovers. It's asking a lot. It's a big change from last week, but without it, I don't know if they can expect the results to ever change.
See, this is kind of what we've been getting.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
So the Tampa Bay offense set to work for the first time in this one. And they're led by the #1 overall pick back in 2018. Greg, it is Baker Mayfield at quarterback.
One thing about this guy that's pretty clear, Mike, is there's not a whole lot that rattles him. He does a good job staying even-keeled. You don't know if he just threw a pick or if he just led his team to a touchdown drive, and that was kind of the case last week. He didn't let it snowball into a bunch of back-breaking mistakes. He just shook it off and kept playing. Now, can he keep that mentality as the rest of the year unfolds? And if he does, he's going to give his team a chance every single week.
That's a gain of 19 and a very quick first down.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. The tight end Fant in motion. Off the play fake. It's Mayfield. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a first down after a gain of 7. Baker gonna give it to Irvin. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. From the gun, it's Mayfield. Throw left side, pulled in by Evans.
I can't see. This is what I'm talking about.
Inside the 20. And he's into the end zone. Mike Evans. Touchdown, Buccaneers. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year.
They have no reason getting a first down right there, let alone a
with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
McLaughlin, good on the extra point. And the Buccaneers will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense ready now for their second drive. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. 2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to 3rd down and 10. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This brought in out past the 20. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
On play action, Mayfield. That's caught. It's Bucky Irving. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards.
So they're going to blitz the corner, and all Baker's going to do...
Mayfield.
Oh, look at that.
Pulled in by Irving. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can,
Ransom.
scoring points. So if you
Ransom
want to stay
had
on the field,
highest
you better
progression
be
in
good
the
on third
offseason
down.
for our
First and
entire
10.
team. And all of a sudden, they're just playing like crap.
A give. This is Irving. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be second down. Here's Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Mayfield to throw. He gets that to his big target, Fant. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His third catch goes for a first down. On the handoff, it's Irving. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They send Evans in motion. Second down throw for Mayfield. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. They've converted twice on third down on this drive. Now facing 3rd and 3. On the ground, it's Irving. And he's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
Just watch the speed of the pursuit out of this safety on this tackle, Mike. His ability to play from depth and attack the line of scrimmage and meet that ball carrier in the hole and keep him to no gain. You don't see a lot of safeties able to make that tackle in the open field.
Going for
That's
it.
pretty
Wow.
impressive.
I mean, it's got to mean that they're going to get it. Well, no.
And movement
Okay.
up front. And that's our first time tonight to check in with our referee. Tristan Wirfs, former first-round pick, with the flag. On 4th down, Chase McLaughlin in for the Bucs. This one from 47 yards out. McLaughlin's kick is good. And the Bucs will extend to a 10-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10.
There we go.
Down the sideline, past the 45. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to find a better example of just pure speed in the open field than that run right there. I mean, when he got past the first wave, you got the sense that he might just be able to outrun everybody on the field.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Young. He'll get that one to Taylor. Complete. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. They'll run here with the rookie. And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the first down. Young hands it to Hubbard. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll go play action with Young.
There you go.
That is caught to the goal line and in. Chuba Hubbard. Touchdown, Carolina. Greg, we better tie those shoelaces tight. We could be in for a track meet. Great start on offense in this one.
Yeah, it certainly has, Mike, and I think the biggest thing for this offense is how they've bounced back to some early adversity. They found themselves trailing here in the first quarter, and they cut into that lead. I got a feeling this thing's going to go back and forth, and we're going to have some fireworks ahead of us.
The PAT.
If we have fireworks, at least it's something exciting.
Panthers are on the board. It's 10-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. Baker Mayfield and the Bucs ready to get back to work. And he has come out of the gates hot. He's been on target with his throws, and that's reflected in those numbers as he'll look to keep it going here. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete. Now a timeout called by the defense. They send Evans in motion. Throwing on second down, Mayfield. Connecting with the tight end. That's Fant. They need 8 as they come up for third down. Mayfield.
Nice.
And this is going to be incomplete.
We needed that.
Great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. The Buccaneers getting their punter out there. And he is going backwards. Good coverage there to make sure he did not get free. Now, following the punt return, we have an injured player on the field. So they come to the line for first down and 10. On play action, Young. He's going to look for the home run ball.
Damn it. Ted hasn't done shit, man.
So we've played one quarter here on a Monday night. 10-7 is the score. And we'll return to Charlotte in a moment. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. We're going to run.
See, look at that, dude. That linebacker knew
and a good
we were running the ball.
They're going to get him down back at the 10. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. He'll try to run for it.
What the fuck? Oh, shit. And he gets the first
It
down.
is out.
Wow.
It's picked up by one of his teammates.
Wow.
A gain there of 16 yards. It's good for a Panther first down.
I've never seen Bryce not slide.
They'll run out of the gun. It's Taylor. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Young. Quick throw here is complete.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Here's a 2nd and 6. On play action, he'll set up to throw.
What are you doing, Bryce?
And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Here's a 3rd and 10. Out of the shotgun, Young. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. That's the 2nd time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards. Now, faking the give. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. The Bucs have it. And there it is. The defense comes up with the big play, forcing the fumble as they get their offense right back on the field. Coming up, Greg, with a big turnover.
Taking the ball away, Mike, has really become an art form in the NFL. Some teams are good at it, some teams not so much. But in this case, great job by the defense taking that one away.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll run it. It's Irving. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. That's Palmer, the man in motion. On 2nd down, Baker. That pass sideline is caught. Nice catch. Stays in bounds. And he's got the 1st down. Terrific job with the feet to make that one a grab. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
He's got his big tight end, Noah Fant. Touchdown, Tampa. Greg, they have such a knack. It's like they're on the same page. The quarterback almost feels like, well, when you were playing, you know where that guy's going to be in the end zone.
Yeah, we used to have a saying, Mike. We say we don't run routes like they're lines on a piece of paper, and especially against zone coverage. Down here in the red zone, the rule is if you're open, stay open. Don't run past an open zone to get covered. That's exactly what this tight end does here. Friendly target, ball on time, touchdown.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. Get this drive started on the ground. It's Hubbard. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 34-yard line.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw.
Oh,
Under
man.
pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically
Apparently I need
they
to
have
go
a
in
chance
and
to
tell them
claw
to call
themselves
those
out of
play
this hole,
actions.
but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This
Yeah,
defense
I'm
doesn't
gonna
show
have to
any
do that.
signs of slowing down.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Now Young.
Oh, fucking, what was
And
that,
that
dude?
is incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Buccaneers offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Their lead is 10. They go back to work trying to add to it. It begins with first down. He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. Trevin Wallace in on the tackle. They face second down and 7. Off the play fake, it's Mayfield. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple. From the gun, it's Mayfield. That's caught. It's Evans. They get 16 on that connection. Good for a Buccaneers first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Ball start.
The tight end Fant in motion. That's thrown quickly, taken in by Godwin.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
To throw is Mayfield. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down. Throwing is Mayfield. He connects with Palmer on that one. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up fourth down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a fourth down decision to make.
God damn it.
Down the field, it's Evans. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. Here's first and 10. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. This one complete to Palmer. Second and 7. Here's Mayfield. A pass pulled in by Irving. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. Mayfield to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. The Panthers will take their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Buccaneers going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense can see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. To throw is Young. To the right side here, pass is caught.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. Here's Young. Taking off, the Panthers. They're going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. Clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. On 2nd down, Young. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away. You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So, we have hit halftime here on a Monday night as we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically, where the coach is. Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone. This is the EA Sports halftime report. So let's get you caught up on what's going on around the National Football League. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where you see the final score there. Jared Goff, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. From there, we head over to the West Coast. Check out the Niners at home at Levi Stadium. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Brock Purdy, over 300 yards passing in the victory, with a couple of touchdown passes as well. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they were winners in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. Josh Allen leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. These two teams ready for the second half, and so are we. So let's get you back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
God, I wish we could say that we're going to turn around.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count
dude,
down
I guess
to the
anything can
kickoff
happen,
of
right?
the
Just takes
second
one
half.
big play. 2 big plays.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense and Baker Mayfield ready for their next possession. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. The tight end Fant in motion. Mayfield to throw it here on 1st down. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. The tight end Fant in motion. Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And It wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
On play action, Mayfield. There's that man again. Another catch. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike, this is one of those times where you really see the evolution of the tight end position, right? It's not the days of just go past the first down, turn around, catch it, and fall. We see so many guys around the league that with the ball in their hand, they're almost more running back than they are tight end.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. The tight end Fant in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Now a 3rd and 2. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
First down, Tampa Bay.
Baker to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll motion a tight end right. 2nd down throw for Mayfield. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete. So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. That's Palmer, the man in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds. So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Panthers offense ready to take over possession of the football. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable.
The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. Joe Tryon Shoyinka maneuvering in there to bring his man down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. Here's the pistol snap to Young. Well covered on the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit overeager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far. Those turnovers, they only make the deficit grow, not shrink. Now, there's a lot of football left, Mike. They can still get back into this. They just have to be a little bit smarter about which risks you're willing to take.
Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it.
82 overall. And this guy plays just as good. Or just as bad.
Bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Our guys are, it seems like all our receivers are double covered at all times. And then they'll have a guy just wide fucking open. Look at this check out.
Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. On third down, they'll set up to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball
So
to
the
go.
defense got word that I
forced
benched
to just throw it
Price,
away.
and they held him to 1 yard.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Jones.
Look at that, already going
Down the
downfield.
field, it's caught on that left sideline. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
I'm not saying he's the fucking answer. I just don't
Everyone
understand.
talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. Here's Jones. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Throwing is Jones on 3rd down. That's to the right, caught by Sanders.
What is running out of bounds going to do?
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
That's caught. Left side. It's complete. 13 yards and a big exhale as they convert on 4th down. Jones now on 1st down. That's to the left side, hauled in by Leggett. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 5-yard line.
A give up the middle, it's Hubbard. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down.
Swear to God, if you go empty fucking set. Thank you. I don't care, run up the middle twice.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Neutral zone infraction, defense. Automatic 1st down.
Okay. We've
So
got
now
4
then,
downs to
1st
gain
and
1 yard,
goal
gentlemen.
From the 1.
Please don't make me regret calling you gentlemen.
Working from the gun, it's
Oh
in
my
the end
fucking
zone
god.
and intercepted. Picked off by Rayshon Jenkins.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball,
What
and
the
a
fuck
chance at that pick. Mike, when that
are
ball
we
was thrown,
supposed to do?
me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a
Hey,
turnover, and now
that's a
their
fucking
offense is back on
flag.
the field.
That should be a flag, you fucks. It's fucking rigged, man.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Oh shit, here we go. Watch this.
The tight
Run
end
to the
Fant
left.
in motion. On 1st down, here's Irving. And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. Trevin Wallace in on the tackle. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him,
All
we'll
right,
step
we're
away
gonna
for a
see
moment.
number 6, Kennard Snyder. Oh, maybe not. Hold on. Should see him more. Lonham's in right now.
The tight end Fant in motion. From the gun, it's Mayfield.
Wide fucking open.
Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside.
Will
The
Kennard
tight end
Snyder
Fant in motion.
show up? Will he do something?
Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. That is caught. He got Godwin. Following the completion, we'll
Damn,
get a
bro, they're
stoppage
dropping like
here for
flies.
an injured player.
Jeez.
The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. The tight end Fant in motion. That's thrown quickly, taken in by Godwin. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Here's Irving. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
Here's 3rd and 2.
You know what? I need to do something on offense. If we get the ball.
They'll run with Irving. And it looks like he's going to have that 1st down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. They convert on 3rd down.
Just want speed.
Right back to Irving. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. The tight end Fant in motion. Mayfield. This one complete to his tight end, Fant. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Kicking time for the Bucs. They'll punt it away. They'll punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. The home team's offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jones. That's over the middle to his tight end, Sanders. And they're going to move this all the way up
Hurry up,
near the
offense. Come on.
35-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to...
What the fuck?
Picked off by Cole Holcomb.
Oh,
And his offense is going to be all set
All
up
right, you're
with
benched
a
too
short
now.
field and a chance to extend their lead.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw,
Man, this rebuild's
we'll see,
gonna
can
take
they
longer than I thought.
capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The Buccaneers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession.
I was actually looking at fucking free agent quarterbacks. There ain't nobody. Fucking put Ryan Fitzgerald in there.
Three-game win streak is going to become a 4-game win streak. Still a little work to do in this one as they start 1st
How about
and 10.
this? Should I just do like a
Lone
2
back in the
mistakes, you're out?
backfield.
Like 2
He'll get the carry here. And nothing on that one back
Turnovers.
to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. He'll try again here, 2nd and 10. He'll go again here with Irvin. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming. To throw is Mayfield. Quickly to the outside and complete.
So Jake,
And he's
or sorry,
very
Jack the
close to a
Snack
first
Plumber
down, but it doesn't look like he got there.
was a
Yes, they're
nobody.
going to mark him a yard short.
61 overall last
The
year.
offense is out there.
And played
4th
better than
and
both
inches.
these fucks this season.
They'll go. Mayfield. That's taken in. And he's going to have the Buccaneers. And he's going to have
It's
the
like our
Jets.
entire defense can't
We're
tackle
starting to
anymore.
see this a lot in the NFL. Not only 4th down tries,
Like
are
someone
up,
fucking
but throwing the ball short of the sticks. Teams are so reliant nowadays
hacked my
on
fucking
yards after the
franchise
catch.
and went in there and lowered
Feel
everyone's
a little
tackle
dicey
rating.
upon reception, but a nice job here, and fortunately for them, it picks up the 1st down.
What a fucking joke.
Here's 2nd and 2. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And it doesn't appear that he got to that 1st down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll
I'm
set
almost
up
expecting
3rd
these
down.
guys to not even get the tackle.
Throwing is Baker. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside
Man, they
the
have no
10-yard line.
fucking
You're
respect
thinking,
for us.
we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting.
A dive, and he's in. Bucky Irving. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I
If we
think
don't make
this
the
one is
playoffs,
pretty much over.
would we fire the coach?
On comes McLaughlin to add the PAT. He's got it. And the Buccaneers will open it up even further. here in this fourth quarter.
7 points. And one of the best defenses in the league, and we just
Both teams ready to go once more
can't
as the kick's away.
do anything to decent or good teams.
And this one is fielded in the end zone.
All right,
Will not
Bryce,
be
let's see what
returned.
kind of fuck ups
So it'll
you
come
have
out
here.
to the 30. The home team's offense and Bryce Young set for their next possession. And he has had all sorts of trouble in this one. Your quarterback has to take care of the ball, and he has not. Turning it over in the air, turning it over as a fumbler. You just cannot win football games in this league when the quarterback's giving the defense the ball. And that's what he's done in this one. Young to throw on first down. That's caught. It's the tight end Sanders.
No
And he's
reason
gonna
not
get
to go
this one
hurry
out
up.
to the 43-yard line. First and 10.
That's good for a Carolina.
Out of the shotgun. Young. And this throw batted away.
Blanketed.
And incomplete.
Guy didn't even have to
Jatavian
fucking
Sanders
jump.
was the intended receiver.
Didn't even have to
It's
stretch.
second down. From the gun, it's Young.
Blanketed.
And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. After back-to-back incompletions, they now face third down and 10. Now Young.
Let me guess. Oh, okay.
He's got his man. That's Leggett. And he will score. Xavier Leggett. Touchdown, Panthers. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too
Probably
little,
should have been
too
picked.
late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Not going for two. They'll kick the point after.
Okay, guys, we're only down 3 scores.
The kick is good. And the Panthers are able to edge a bit closer. Down 3 scores, and it's late. They're going to need a few bounces to go their way. They'll start right here trying to get an onside kick.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the fourth quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
The Bucs offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. They'll go with a counter on first down. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. Baker gonna give it to Irving. Irving's got a first down, still going. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
Mayfield to throw on first and 10. There's a throw right side. Going to be incomplete. They send Godwin in motion. On second down, Baker. This one caught left side by Evans. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a third down and 4. A give. This is Irving. They can still pick up a first down here, and they'll line up to go for it on fourth down.
Hey, JC, if you're going to blitz, you might want to get a little closer.
To throw is Mayfield. Taking off, he'll try a dive for the end zone.
Oh,
He
wow.
loses the
The
football.
fucking luck.
And he's going to take it in for the touchdown. Whoa. Have a friend in the right spot at the right time. The fumble, not a turnover, but a TD. McLaughlin now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bucs are able to extend the lead.
40 burger on us, man.
The kickoff team is out on the field.
This profession
And we're
sucks.
back to it as the kick's away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. The home team's offense ready to see what they can do. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Now Young. He'll tuck it and take off. And he'll get this forward
You know
for
what? Hold on,
positive
I'm gonna
yardage
try
as
something.
he covers up it.
All right, let's do him first. Let's get him out. We already changed that.
And 6 at the 34-yard line.
On second down, Young. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. Nice job by the defense there, stopping them short on third down. Brings up fourth, but Mike, honestly, I don't think there's much decision to be made. He's got to keep his offense out there. They need to come away with points. Find themselves down multiple scores in this one. They're going to have to maximize these possessions.
And he'll get a few yards on this return, up past the 15-yard line. The Buccaneers offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag.
We are.
Nothing they have
We're
tried
trying.
to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. On the handoff, it's Irving. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is. First down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. And the Buccaneer first down.
On the ground, it's Irving. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
What a joke.
So a win here for the visiting Bucks. And that's now 4 victories in a row as they continue to play as well as anyone in the NFL.
What a fucking joke.
So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL
Well, I wish
on EA Sports.
I wish I have
For
good
more,
news.
log on to easports.com.
Unfortunately, I can't play the
Good
game
night,
for
everyone.
them. I can't execute for them. And the players that aren't coming through aren't like I didn't fucking draft any starters. I'm not watching anything, man. I'm not looking at any fucking stats. All I need to see is a 40 burger against us by a division rival who's leading the division. Ridiculous. 2 new injuries. Orton's out 4, Jackson's out 5. Damn it. So I'm going to have to sign a defensive lineman. I'll probably have to put him on IR and sign some because I don't want to lose anyone on the depth chart or on the roster. You know, who am I going to? Or if I just go to, least overall, need him. Right now I need him because Merrick's out. Guess I don't really need him, but I don't want a chance losing him. He is a hidden dev. Yep. Need him. Need him because he's defensive line now. I mean, this is pretty bad. So who do we have a defensive lineman on our practice squad? Yeah, because we need 2 at this one, 2 at there, and we don't have it. And he's out. So I had 1 that I could move around, but if 2 are out, then I'm kind of screwed. I guess I can move him. IR. Let's see. So we are. So basically 5 games left. So yeah, if I put him on IR, he's basically done for the year unless we somehow miraculously make the Super Bowl. If not, he comes back for the playoffs. I mean, he's not a difference maker, but he could be. I just need someone to fill in, man. You know what we could do? Hold on. $5 million. Let's see, that could work. I don't know who I'm gonna do here. Let's see. He's technically a fullback though. Star rating? The fuck? How did that fucking happen? Pretty sure he'll get picked up. Fuck it. Oh, look at that. Wow. Alright. How are we looking now? We're out of the playoffs right now. Out of the fucking playoffs. Alright, I'm gonna end it right here. Gonna create another video here shortly going over the bye week and just ranting and raving. State of the franchise, state of the roster, state of my